Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
The papal conclave is officially underway in Vatican City, bringing cardinals from all over the world to select the 267th Pope. You are looking live at pictures that we'll show you in a moment of the Sistine Chapel chimney, where smoke will signal to the public after each vote for the new Holy Father when it's finished. If it's black smoke, no Pope has been elected. White smoke signals the Pope is elected.
And moments ago, cardinals swore a collective oath to observe with the greatest fidelity, secrecy regarding everything that in any way relates to the election of the Roman pontiff.
Rafael Romo is just a few blocks from where the vote is taking place with more on the centuries-old process and what we can expect.
16 days after the death of Pope Francis, the College of Cardinals has gathered to elect a new leader of the Catholic Church. 133 voting eligible cardinals from around the world are in Vatican City and will be under complete lockdown in the Sistine Chapel until a new pope has been chosen, a process that could take days or longer.
The conclave will begin on May 7th with one vote. After that, the cardinals will take 4 votes a day, 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening, Rome time, of course.
For centuries, cardinals have participated in the highly secretive conclave, which in Latin means with key. Its elaborate roots harken back to the Middle Ages. And to ensure the conclave's integrity in the digital age, security measures have been ramped up. According to Italian news broadcasters, signal jammers have been placed around the Sistine Chapel, and a Vatican spokesman says all mobile phone signals in the Vatican will be deactivated for the duration of the voting. The Vatican says the cardinals handed in their phones and electronic devices on Tuesday, and Vatican staff took the oath of secrecy. Everyone will be cut off from those outside the chapel walls.
It's a spiritual experience, and there's no chatting. It's with military precision.
Reporting from Rome, I'm Rafael Romo.
Rafael Romo with that report. We are going to have extensive coverage of the papal conclave. We'll have live reports both here on air and on Local 4+. Good to have you with us this noon, everybody. Just a reminder, today is not the deadline for getting a real ID, by the way.
It is the date, though, that the TSA will be enforcing real ID. So you don't worry if you still need to get one. You can still catch a flight, but it may take you longer.
Yeah.
Hank Winchester is at Metro Airport watching the process. What do travelers need to know?
Well, it seems like we've been talking about Real ID for years, right? I mean, that's the reality. This program was first rolled out in about 2005, delayed because of COVID and other issues. But you can see right now, today is enforcement day. But there are no issues with security. Smooth sailing right now. If you do not have Real ID and you make your way here to Metro, you're likely going to get bumped to another security line to do an additional screening. Local 4's Nick Monticelli was out here earlier today. Let's take a look at his report.
Some good news to pass along from DTW this morning. Not a whole lot of delays. In fact, as you can see right now, there is no line at all at TSA. But the good news is the majority of people, almost every single person we talked to, they were Real ID ready or had a passport. The second thing is, the TSA is going to be pretty lenient. Are you Real ID ready?
Yes.
You've got it?
Always.
No.
You're not?
I have a passport.
So you're good to go. Are you Real ID ready?
I am.
As you can see, the majority of people traveling today are good to go, with a few exceptions. Do you have your Real ID? You don't?
No.
Now, what are you going to do then?
I don't know, just hoping for the best.
Really? So your driver's license does not have that star on it?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a passport?
I'm not on there.
At midnight, the rules change. To fly domestically, you need a Real ID, enhanced driver's license, or a passport card. If you don't have one of those, for now, the TSA is being lenient, but you should come early and bring other forms of ID, like a birth certificate.
We are expecting things to go smoothly overall, but if you do not have a Real ID or a passport, another acceptable form of ID, we know you can face extra screening, delays, and you might not make it through the checkpoint if we're not able to verify your identity.
But there will come a time when the rules become solid and leniency goes away.
Yes, I think eventually we will reach the point where that, but yes, But that is not what we're talking about right now for May 7th. In the immediate term, we are definitely trying to screen people, to give people the extra screening, the identity verification process, and to help people get through.
You could hear it there. They didn't want to be specific on a date, so we don't know exactly when that's going to happen, where you definitely will not be allowed. The leniency goes away, but for now, you've got some time. But the best thing to do here is if you don't have a real ID and you do plan on flying, make an appointment with the Secretary of State and get that as soon as you can. Right to Detroit Metro Airport, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
And Nick, thank you for that report. Listen, here's the deal. You may be Real ID ready and not even know it. Your license, if you renewed it, likely has a star right there. Again, if you are not, a valid passport will get you through security. And if you still need to get Real ID ready, just contact the Secretary of State and make an appointment. A programming note for you today, we're going to be live here at Detroit Metro Airport. Local 4 Plus, 2 p.m. You're going to hear more from the TSA, more information about what you need to do right now if, in fact, you do not have Real ID. Information important for all of us, especially if you are planning any summer travel here from Detroit Metro. We're live here today. Hank Winchester, help me, Hank. Back to you guys.
All right, Hank, thank you. Inside the courtroom on day 3 of deliberations, the jury says it's deadlocked on a verdict in the Christopher Schur trial in Grand Rapids. Yesterday, members of the jury deliberated for about 10 hours when they told the judge around 3 o'clock in the afternoon that they could not reach a verdict. Schur is charged in the April 2022 shooting death of Patrick Lyoya after a traffic stop in Grand Rapids. The jury has 3 options: second-degree murder, manslaughter, or not guilty. We are on standby for a potential verdict today. We will keep you posted.
Parking has been a long-standing issue in Royal Oak.
Well, back in 2021, the city rolled out a new parking system that didn't go over well.
No.
Ever since then, it has sparked a lot of frustration between the residents, the visitors, the business owners, and now they may finally have some changes on the horizon.
Kim DiGiulio has a look at what is being considered.
Changes are coming to parking here in downtown Royal Oak, but what those changes look like, well, I can't tell you that. That's because the city of Royal Oak is currently interviewing new parking vendors, and they're asking for the community to give their input.
The worst, terrible. It was a very bad idea from the get-go.
It doesn't take long to hear the opinions about the parking system that's currently in place in downtown Royal Oak. Salon stylist and owner Johnny Nicolai has had a front row seat to one of the most debated issues in town, the controversial back-in parking right outside Six Salon on Washington.
I mean, they need to do like blooper videos of people trying to back into these spots. And, and it's frustrating for people because, they're trying to find a spot. They go to back in, you have the person behind you that's like laying on the horn, you look at some of these drivers, they're so frustrated.
But after nearly 4 years of complaints, the city is now considering 3 prospective new parking vendors to replace the current system. City officials have interviewed with the new vendors and today will host 2 community parking open houses. Not only will people be able to speak with vendors, ask questions, and learn more about the systems, but they'll be able to explore and test the technologies while also providing feedback to the city about what they'd like to see when it comes to public parking.
Honestly, just go back to the old way. I mean, if it's not broke, let's not try to fix it. Like, they have the meters in Birmingham, works great. No one complains about them.
And if you're able to attend, that open house will take place tonight between 5 and 8 p.m. That's going to be located at the Royal Oak Farmers Market. So if you're able to attend, certainly go and see what the other parking vendors are offering up. But one thing is probably going to be gone, and that would be that back-in parking. I haven't talked to one person in downtown Royal Oak that approves of this, likes this. Business owners are hurting from it, so it is likely that this will change sometime in the future. In downtown Royal Oak, I'm Kim DiGiulio, Local 4.